Dan Brown's video on gun control, the last one that he came up with, and I just wanted to talk about the few things that I personally have experienced from just other countries, because I lived in Germany and I'm currently living in America. I'm living in a rural town in Florida. Germany and America on gun control are so different. It makes a difference, I think, personally. After coming back here from living in Germany for 4 years, throughout my high school, or most of my high school, it really does shock me, the difference. In Germany, you can't just go and buy guns anywhere. The only people who actually own guns are professional hunters who have to go through a long process and long test of training and, like I said, a big test at the end. And the others who can also have guns are the police officers. Shootings don't happen in Germany. You don't hear about them. And if they do, they most likely got their guns from another country, which is not something that happens often. There was not a fear in Germany that there was in America, which I find it's just not good to have that fear there. And that's the thing about America, is we have this immense fear of just not knowing if you're safe, because some crazy person is going to come up and shoot you, or someone you love. It's just, the fear controls, really. And also, one thing I wanted to ask was, do you think that the government is trying to control us with the fear? Because that is also my conspiracy theory side, with the government trying to control us with fear, because fear really is one of the most powerful ways of controlling a human. Because just the fear is everywhere. When I broke up with one of my exes, who I specifically broke up with because he had anger issues, I sat in my classrooms for 2 to 3 days just thinking, oh God, what if he comes in here with a gun and tries to kill me, or tries to kill other people? And just for me as a 17-year-old, which was when this happened, it scared the living crap out of me, because I had thoughts of, okay, if he comes in here, I'm going to walk up to him, either try to get the gun away from him or have him shoot me and just sacrifice myself. And that's not something you should think about when you're a 17-year-old just sitting in class. That just, the overall controlling fear that you have is absolutely horrid. It's just not something that is, or should be, natural. It's absolutely insane, I think. And just the guns in particular, like handguns, really, they are a huge issue. I'm not going to really say names or anything, but I did have a friend tell me, oh yeah, I had brought a gun to school with me. And I didn't report him, because I'm not going to do that, because there's another way that I know I could get killed. But it's just thinking that there are kids in this school who actually bring guns with them is horrifying. It really is. It's just the day-to-day not knowing, am I going to come back home alive? It's the most horrifying feeling you can feel. And I mean, if you, maybe from car accidents, I know those happen all the time, but for the fact that you are scared because you're just at school and somebody could shoot you is just not right. And also, one thing that I wanted to think of is, I mean, I've never lived in a highly urbanized culture. I've usually lived in smaller cities this is one of the most rural towns I've lived in here in America. But somehow or at least here in the South, I find that the guns seem to be more popular, at least with the rednecks and the country guys who usually go hunting. And I'm wondering if really the guns are more popular in the rural parts of the country than the urban parts. Like I said, I don't really have much experience with urban, but it could just very well be that rural to urban there is a difference, because I think a lot of these shootings either happened in smaller cities, or the mass elementary shootings really happened in smaller level cities, towns, and not the really big cities. And I really wonder if there is a difference between the two. Thank you for your time, and thank you for listening to me. Anissa Gentry, signing off.